Although NATO is the most powerful military organization in the world, the cooperation between China and Russia will bring unrivaled power and make NATO face challenges that cannot be ignored. By the end of 2022, NATO has brought together 30 member states, and this powerful alliance spans North America and Europe. The total population of NATO countries is close to 1 billion, and the total land area reaches approximately 24.6 million square kilometers. In comparison, Russia's land area is 17.1 million square kilometers, which means that NATO has about 7.5 million square kilometers of territory than Russia, which is equivalent to one more Australia. If China's territorial area is also taken into account, the joint territory of China and Russia will be 2.1 million square kilometers more than NATO. This gives China and Russia greater strategic depth, while European countries, due to their relatively small territories, may be under greater pressure in the conflict, and the final battlefield may appear on the North American continent. NATO is a military alliance headed by the United States. Today, NATO is transforming from a regional military alliance to a global military alliance. This is because NATO has recently strengthened its military activities in the Asia-Pacific region. Regarding the changes in NATO, at the International Security Forum in Moscow, Russian Defense Minister Shoigu publicly warned that NATO's actions in the Asia-Pacific region would increase the risk of accidents. This is the first time Russia has warned of NATO's military activities in the Asia-Pacific region. NATO's frequent appearance in the Asia-Pacific region is an active response to the call of the United States. The United States actively wooed NATO to join the ranks of confronting China, while also insisting on the siege and suppression of Russia. NATO is a military alliance with 30 member states, with Turkey and Cyprus joining in Asia, 26 member states in Europe, and the United States and Canada in North America. NATO was originally established to fight against the Soviet Union. With the disintegration of the Soviet Union, NATO's main task became to fight against Russia. Although Russia has a strong military power, its economic level is too low and it is impossible to confront NATO economically. The United States is constantly exaggerating Russia's military threats in order to win over other NATO members. This is a conspiracy of the United States. Without Russia as an opponent, NATO would be useless. In the process of China's rise, the United States once again used NATO. At the NATO summit that ended recently, US President Biden vigorously encouraged other allies to confront China's military threat. The United States not only wooed NATO, but also to win over the European Union to fight against China. NATO and the European Union have partial overlap in terms of member states. The United States is not only agitating at the NATO summit. In fact, the United States is actively operating. Therefore, countries including France, Britain, and Germany have plans to send warships into the South China Sea. The French Navy has repeatedly entered the South China Sea with warships, followed by the United Kingdom and the United Kingdom. German warships have also entered the South China Sea, including the Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier of the Royal Navy. Russia and China are comprehensive strategic partners of coordination. The two countries have extensive and in-depth cooperation in politics, economy, military, science and technology and other fields. Against the backdrop of tense tensions between Russia and Ukraine, the leaders of the two countries have had multiple phone calls to express support and understanding for each other, and have conducted close coordination on international and regional issues. The two countries have also played an important role in safeguarding international law, fairness and justice on multilateral platforms such as the United Nations Security Council. In addition, the two countries have also conducted a number of cooperation in the military field, such as holding joint military exercises, jointly developing hypersonic weapons, and sharing intelligence and satellite data. In recent years, tensions between Russia and Ukraine have continued to escalate, attracting widespread attention from the international community. Against this background, NATO has shown obvious concerns about the possibility of China providing military assistance to Russia. Although NATO is the most powerful military organization in the world, The cooperation between China and Russia will bring unrivaled power and make NATO face challenges that cannot be ignored. China has the largest People's Liberation Army in the world, with huge military strength and equipment. China's military strength cannot be underestimated, and it has developed advanced weapons, equipment and technology. China's provision of military aid to Russia will further enhance Russia's military capabilities, allowing it to free up more resources to deal with NATO challenges. In addition, China and Russia also have certain geographical advantages when joining forces. China and Russia are located on the Asian continent and are relatively far away from NATO member states, which makes NATO face greater difficulties in long-distance operations and logistical support. China and Russia can join forces to form a huge military camp, thereby expanding their influence and military advantages. For NATO, China's provision of military aid to Russia has undoubtedly exacerbated its security concerns. China's rapid development in military technology, equipment manufacturing and military infrastructure construction has given it the ability to provide effective military assistance to Russia. This kind of military assistance can not only strengthen Russia's strength in regional conflicts, but may also have a negative impact on NATO's strategic interests and regional stability. In summary, the main reason why NATO is worried about China providing military aid to Russia is that China and Russia joining forces will bring unmatched military power. As the world's second-largest economy and a huge military power, China's cooperation with Russia makes the two countries' strategic resources and strengths complementary, posing a potential threat to NATO. China and Russia are both world powers with great strength, because if China and Russia join forces, they will be invincible in the world, both politically and militarily. The cooperation between China and Russia will bring unrivaled power and make NATO face challenges that cannot be ignored.